try as a black girl going through high school, not giving it up to nobody, and see how many boyfriends you keep. Trust me, I know. You don't want the girls who keep their legs completely closed. And I'm not saying you want hoes, but you don't want the legs closed.
Okay, alright. Now, what about the young men who wanted more from a young woman besides what's in between their legs? What about the guy that couldn't get the girl that he wanted because she said that he wasn't her type? She wasn't attracted to him physically or sexually. And if you didn't have boyfriends because you kept your legs closed, were you looking at the men who wasn't after sex? I don't know why women don't believe that there were young men who didn't want sex at a young age. And I don't know if you was checking for the guy who was into the promiscuous women and you were just too shy to try to approach him. And then again, maybe you weren't checking for them. But there were young men who weren't into that. But you were too blind to see them. They were either unattractive to you or they were too quiet and you didn't notice them. But many of you ladies have male friends who, you might not know it, they wanted something more like you being their girlfriend, but because they were too nice, they fell into that friend zone with you. And there was, like I said, they fell in the friend zone with you because they were too nice and they were too respectable, and you seen them as a big brother or a little brother. You know how y'all ladies do, you know what I'm saying? He's like my big brother, he's like my little brother, but he's not really your brother. And so, since the guys who became your male friends fell into that friend zone, they figure, hey, well, if we can't be lovers, we can just be friends. And it's a trip when women say that my male friend is not like any of these guys out here who's after one thing. Well, isn't that the type of man you wanted who wasn't after you for sex?
You guys are talking out of both sides of your mouth. On one hand, you're on YouTube making videos preaching to black women, close your legs. But when we see you in the club, when we see you out on the street, when you're trying to hit on us, you want the legs open.
Okay. You know the reason why black men on YouTube are telling black women to keep their legs closed? It's because you have black women who keep saying that black men need to be more responsible in raising their children, be fathers to them. They're not handling their roles the way they should be. These are the women that the black men are giving suggestions or what they should have done in the first place. The ones who want to complain about the men not being there, who want to put the blame on the men for getting them in the predicament that they're in when they themselves are the main reason that they're in that situation. If you had kept your legs closed and gotten to know the man a little better, you would know that he was not the right man for you, and you wouldn't have had his child. The women are the first to complain about the men not being there, and all we're saying is, well, you should have kept your legs closed until you found out everything that you need to know about him. But you yourself was irresponsible. You didn't take the precautions. You were acting out of impulse. You gave it up. And the women who don't have kids, we're just saying, if you don't want to be the ones that's on these talk shows or talking with your girlfriends about how frustrated you are with your baby father not handling his business, then keep your legs closed until you find out if he is the one that you want to conceive with.
Then these guys have the nerve to say black women won't listen to us. They are listening to you. That's how they're getting pregnant. Okay? They're listening to the lies and the deceit and the playerism, whatever the hell you call it, and it's not doing them any good. Your videos here on YouTube and the preacher's sermon cannot compete with a woman when she's got a man talking directly into her ear, telling her lies about what all he's going to do if she just does what he wants her to do.
Alright. As you know, this world is filled with shady, trifling snakes in the grass who will do anything that they can to get whatever they want from you. They could be your closest friends, your co-worker, your neighbor, family member, your boyfriend. It's up to you. You have to make the choice if what people are saying to you is bullshit or is it the truth? And yes, as I said, even men will try to kick game to you. You gotta know that. I mean, I had people try to con me on bullshit, but I didn't fall for it. And also girls who try to play a nigga, but like I said, it's up to you and what you can determine if it's nonsense or the truth. Whoever it may be, please stay on your P's and Q's when you hear someone try to kick game or kick that manipulative, playeristic type bullshit to you. And if you can't see the bullshit, then you will have problems in life when dealing with people who will try to get over on you. You know, you also talked about, you know, saying it was long as hell, so I ain't really gonna put all of it on there. But this thing where you were talking about putting the pussy on lock. Alright, this is what we're saying. The black men who don't have their shit together, as some of you women put it, you know, the future deadbeat dads, the niggas who ain't shit. For some, you know, these guys feel that in today's society, the women have no standards when it comes to the men they're giving it up to. You're giving them the prized possession, and then when they get it, they move on and then leave you, and you get upset. Yes, Mother Nature has made it to where the human race has to reproduce, but she also added this little device in women called emotion. And when a woman developed this kind of loving emotion towards a man, and the man doesn't feel the same way and doesn't reciprocate, she will get upset and will go on, like I said before, on these talk shows and talk to her girlfriends and start making the statement, that famous statement, niggas ain't shit. Black men ain't shit. They need to be men in relationships and stop acting like little boys. Okay. Well, if you feel that, then what the black men on YouTube are telling you is, if you're that upset and you expect more from the man, then put the pussy on lockdown. Clock up. Make him earn it. Motivate him into being the man that you want him to be. Not demand it, but earn it. If you feel you're a pure woman, you would expect some type of greatness from your man. So that's what we mean when we say put the pussy on lock. If you don't put it on lock, then stop complaining about him not being there and he's a loser. If you don't have high expectations in the man and he's not doing what you're expecting him to do, leave him alone. You know, as I said in the beginning, you know, I do agree with this video clip that you made, and like I said, you did make some valid good points, but I just want to elaborate on why, you know, saying that black men are saying these things. You know, I just want to shed a little light for the other women who wonder why black men are saying this. And going back to the Truth Be Told video, you know, when I was watching it, I said to myself, I don't know about all that Tupac. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Tupac is not going to have beefs and say fuck the police and scream thug life just because a girl said he was too nice. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are black guys that I know who have not adopted the thug-like role that Tupac has adopted. But yet, they changed the way they have approached black women. They didn't move to the rough neighborhoods or grew up with niggas who were up to no good. They just changed the way they approach women without losing their self-image. I've heard guys tell me that I should just be a no good ass nigga because that seems to be what the women are going after. You know, they say that, but they don't do it. They're just saying it out of frustration, and I felt that's what Tupac was somewhat doing. I believe if Tupac didn't grow up with the thugs and moved to a rough environment, he would not have this thug life mentality. The only thing I believe that would change in Tupac's life was the way he approached women. He wouldn't come with that, oh, I think you're nice, I think you're beautiful, you deserve the best. I think he would have came with with a more type of aggressive type tone. You feel me? So just because a black girl said that Tupac was too nice was not the reason he turned into a thug. It was the environment and the people he grew up with. Do I believe his attitude and the way he approached women would have been different because that woman said that? Yes. But as far as him having this thug image, I don't think so.